Hello, Lisa. This is continuing on with your reading from the live chat today, and you chose a 3-card reading from my Etsy shop, and we'll see what comes up here. It's hard to answer all those questions that you asked in just a very small reading. I will try to answer them. The only issue that I have is that they're medical. I am not a medical doctor. Okay? I can only tell you spiritually what may have happened. I can't tell you physically. Okay? You'd have to ask a doctor as to why you had that miscarriage. Is there a karmic connection? Or what has happened? We're going to ask Spirit why this miscarriage was allowed. Okay? And as far as the accident that was mentioned in the previous reading, I can tell you right now, he will be alone. It feels, if there is somebody with him, it's not somebody who's close to him. Or it's somebody detached, or something just not right, but it's a lonely feeling. So I want to say he will be alone. It will change him. Yes. As I mentioned in another reading, that he will, it will be a wake-up call to him. But the damage is done. You can forgive him. But I wouldn't go back to him. Okay? There's just some things that are just not going to change about him. Other things are. His attitude will change to a point, but at the same time, it just feels like you two are not good for each other. You two are not really meant. And is that you, Lisa, that just joined? See, somebody just joined on my live feed here. Just recapping. I feel like he will be alone in the car. Okay. This is for my client. Okay, this is for Lisa. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is definitely for a client of mine. And she was wanting to know about why she miscarried. And I have the 6 of Pentacles reversed for you, Lisa, whenever you view this video. And I am just feeling like there was a give and take situation here, that it feels like that there wasn't enough. I get the feeling that maybe there wasn't enough nourishment. I feel like your life was not quite in balance. It feels like that at the time that it was not the right timing in the spiritual realm. And some of that has to do with the moon reversed. The moon reversed is like a darker side, going through a darker period. And it feels like that it just feels like the timing just wasn't right. It feels like that with everything in light that we had discussed earlier, Lisa, that there has been too much garbage going on around you, and to add a child into the mix, Spirit felt that it was not the right timing. Okay. Okay, it feels like it was not the right timing. No, it's not one of these easy situations, Timothy. I can agree with you. She went through a lot of tough times. She went through really bad relationship and with the father of her child. And so with all the garbage, everything that was going on in her relationship, adding a child to the mix just was not the right thing, that it would just added so much more stress. And as far as her other issues, she was wanting to know about things clearing up. I feel like the moon reversed is female issues with the stomach. She's having stomach issues. I do feel like that there have been a lot of things that have been, doctors were having trouble figuring out what is exactly wrong, but I do feel like that it's going to be uncovered. That there's light, the moon is going to illuminate the mysteries of what is really going on in your body right now, for my client, in her body right now. And this is like almost immediate future, that doctors are going to finally figure it out. And I feel like the Seven of Swords also coming up. The Seven of Swords has multiple meanings here because there's multiple questions. The Seven of Swords is representing taking what is rightfully yours, Lisa, and it's about getting away with your dignity, and you have your answers all bundled up in your arms. So all your health issues, you're going to walk away with all the answers and how to handle that. As far as your relationship, the Seven of Swords with your children's father, I still feel that his attitude towards you will change. However, his ways will not. I can still see him sneaking around. I can still see him being a cheat. Okay? That's just, there's an old saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. I just feel like he still cannot be trusted. There'll still be lies. He needs some serious help with his drug addiction. I feel like maybe, and the swords are representing needles to me right now. I see these swords and I'm seeing needles. So, I see him still sneaking around, claiming that he's off the drugs, that he's off the heroin. But really he's not. And the Page of Swords in reverse is, to me, it's not telling the truth. It is lies. So, with that said, you cannot trust what he says. And as I mentioned to in the chat before, through PayPal, I've got your address. I'll hunt you down if you go back to him and shake the living shit out of you. Okay? You don't go back to him. It is in your best interest for your son to be on civil terms at least. Okay? So really, Lisa, whenever you view this video, that's what I have for your 3-card reading. We'll make it a 4-card because I actually threw an extra clarifying card. That as far as why you miscarried, the timing wasn't right. You had too much on your plate, and Spirit felt that with everything on your plate, adding a child into the mix was just not a good idea. Okay? And as far as your stomach issues and your other health issues that had been hidden from the doctors for so long, doctors couldn't figure it out. In the very near future, the moon is going to the moon card reverse is meaning the secret is being revealed, things being revealed, things coming to light. So the doctors are going to finally get a clue as to what is going on. And in that same context with the 7 of Swords, you are carrying away your diagnosis. Okay? The Swords are your answers that from the doctors. You're finally going to have answers and a game plan, a strategy on tackling those health issues. As I said, I can't tell you what's causing the health issues. I cannot tell you physically what caused the miscarriage because I am not a medical doctor. I could just tell you in the spirit realm, things happen for a reason. And with everything that, like I said, with everything that was on your plate, adding a child to it might have sent you over the edge. It just was not the right timing. Doesn't mean you can't have more children in the future. It's just this was not the right timing. And as far as like this idea of your child's father, as I said, you asked me if the car accident that I saw that you also said another reader told you about a year ago that something was going to happen eventually, that is going to be his wake-up call when he has a DUI and he has a car accident. It is going to change him. Yes. His attitude towards you and your son is that you already have. Is that going to change? To a point. But there's some habits that's hard to die. As I said, that all these swords represent to me the needles. This is his heroin addiction. That is not going to go away. He's going to be sneaking around, lying to you, telling you that he is off the heroin when he really isn't. So that is the gist of your reading. I am going to pull a card from my Romance Angels. Just as a last little piece of advice here. A card fell out. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. This is something else that we talked about. You have to have clear intentions on what you want. Okay. Timothy, I have probably at least 150 decks. So I just kind of rotate them around. I may even have more than that. I kind of lost count. But but Lisa, this is saying that you have to decide what you want. Am I going to have to hunt you down and strangle you because you go back to that asshole? Or are you going to make a conscious decision, make the right decision, so that this new love that we discussed earlier today can come to you? Okay? So that is your little mini, your 3-card reading per se that and I do thank you for purchasing that from me, from my Etsy shop. And it's time for me to end this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.